So I've been trying to make a video on the Ferrari 296 GTB and its appearance in Fortnite after being in the files for a year and a little bit more in its final release. Yeah, but given my position, it's a bit difficult, but hopefully I can make it this run. But either way, before I actually get onto the bugs and differences, I wanted to point out that one of the bugs has been fixed within the attempt of making this video, and that's the tire tread issues. The ones that have been plaguing me ever since the Lamborghini Huracan's release have been fixed with Ferrari. And originally, the tread, the little lines were pointing from up, from down to the left to up to the right, and now they're pointing from up to the left to down to the right. It's a perfect mirror. That's how they're supposed to look like. That's how they look like in Rocket League. So that's very cool. But they've not only fixed it for the Ferrari, they fixed it for the Lamborghini Countach and the Lamborghini Huracan. Although the issues of it, the big line being more closer to the smaller lines is still present, and I think it's present in Rocket League, so that's fine. And the McLaren also has the issue fixed, but still also has the minor issue not fixed, unfortunately. But you know, besides that, the McLaren wheels are supposed to be downwards pointing rather than upwards pointing, and the Huracan wheels are supposed to be the opposite. But I'm fine with the Huracan wheels looking like this in Fortnite, and the McLaren wheels looking like this in Fortnite. As much as I like accuracy, I would rather the McLaren wheels to look accurate and the Lamborghini wheels to stay that way, because I think in Rocket League they should fix the Lamborghini Huracan's wheels. But enough rambling about wheels. Well, the BMW is still broken. I will mention that, but 4 out of 5 fixes is good on me. So yeah, let's talk about the Ferrari itself actually. So the differences being are the grate texture for the front part, which I'll call the grill for ease of reference because it's a rear-engined car, so I don't know if you can still call it a grill, and the air scoops. It's smaller, and it's not accurate to the real-life model of car, which is very weird, especially considering that this model of car actually appeared in Chapter 2, Season 7, funnily enough, also having Superman, but this was added the season prior, but, you know, either way. Uh, yeah, so I don't know why they made up a whole new texture for no reason. So hopefully they fix that, but I highly doubt that. I'm just assuming that we're going to have to live with this weird new great texture that's not accurate to the real life model. Maybe it's accurate to some make of the model, but like either way, you know, there's a few things missing on it. If you look at a real life picture of the car, you'll see that not only is the great detail different, but there's also like 4 little things on both the left and right of the car is just missing on the grate. But I mean, you know, whatever. It's both on Rocket League and Fortnite, so they had to fix for both cars. But nonetheless, that's fine. So let's get on to the other difference, and that is the wheels again themselves. They're bigger in Fortnite for some reason, which is an issue with all the other cars as well, and the position of them. They're supposed to be more sunken in underneath the fenders rather than sticking out, and that's not realistic to the actual make of the model of the car, and also how it appears in Rocket League. So, yeah, hopefully they fix that along with the dots and or fairly AZ as they call it. But I don't necessarily care too much for the fairly AZ because I do like it how it appears here because I do like them to be more sunken in. But they are supposed to have the edge of the tires, like be flush with the sticking out fenders for some reason. But you know, hopefully they fix that, and also the glass texture for the headlights. But that's about it for that. Now I'll want to talk about something else. So in Rocket League, there's supposed to be glass textures for the headlights and the windshield, passenger, and driver side windows. Well, I mean, I kind of showed the wrong sides, but you get the point. The driver and passenger side windows, as well as the back, is supposed to have glass, but they're missing, and I'll show that when we get to the Rocket League counterpart. So it's kind of funny. It's like an inverse of the Dodge Charger because the Dodge Charger has no glass texture behind it when it should, because those white lines are not connected to anything; they're just floating above, and the brake light is way more obvious. There's supposed to be an actual glass texture over it, but they chose not to. It's kind of ass because, you know, but they also chose to make it opaque. They still could have had that be opaque and a little fake glass texture over it, because I mean they have cars with glass texture over things, so I don't see why they have, you know, to not give it to the Dodge. But either way, yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about when I get back into Fortnite. Even though I pointed this out already, I want to point it out again because it's relevant to the Ferrari. Because this is how it's supposed to appear. This is realistic to the real life model, and the glass texture, is actually for one glass here, and for two, just covers the little gray parts and also the headlights and the engine. So yeah, but before I actually get to Rocket League, I do want to mention two other things, and that's that this decal is bugged and doesn't work properly. That's just the base car color still showing. And also for Rocket Racing, the back glass part is opaque, much like the Lamborghini Countach, and they haven't fixed that for the Lamborghini Countach, and it's now also a bug for this car in particular, so hopefully they fix that. You know, so that's just it for the Fortnite part of this video. So yeah, you can see what I'm talking about with the great details. As you can see, they're more accurate to the real life model of the car and how the car appeared in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 7, and are just, overall bigger. So that's a weird thing that they made up a new texture when they could have either A, reused the Chapter 2 Season 7 textures, because I do believe this is the first instance of a car appearing in, you know, from Rocket League to Fortnite, but I don't remember when Psyonix necessarily acquired, was acquired by Epic Games, but yeah. And now you can see what I'm talking about. I think the glass textures are bugged because, I mean, I did look at a actual, like, image of this car prior to it being re-released, and the glass textures were present. There was glass over the little gray parts, the little nubbin and the little indented gray parts of the, passenger and driver side windows that you see that is near the strut and the back strut. And I didn't see about the back engine, but I most likely, believe that there is still supposed to be glass over that, and the headlights. And as you can see, the actual light part is sticking out, and there's no like little edge to it. You can just see the square parts, and that's just kind of it. It's a little bit weird. So that's unfortunate. It is very much like the inverse of the Dodge because, this has a glass texture over it. You can see the brake light is covered by the glass, and the white lines are attached to that part, or at least underneath it. But yeah, so that's a bit unfortunate for some reason that they, decided to not fix this car when they re-released it, because it is bugged and it's supposed to have glass over a few parts. And also, as you can see, yeah, the wheels are smaller in here and are sunken into the fenders. So that's about it, because, hopefully they fix the glass texture and fix the car's, wheels in Fortnite. That's about it. Well, for the Ferrari, because there actually is a few things I wanted to talk about. I have to switch to the McLaren first really quick, and that is the wheels are still wrong. The black variant is still considered a separate entity and is locked to the McLaren rather than usable for every single car, which is unfortunate. And we still have no normal McLaren wheels. Please, Rocket League, fix this and the normal wheels. I don't know why uh, they're not here, and why the black variant of the wheels are locked specifically to the McLaren and are considered a separate entity. Don't know why they missed out on the black variant of the wheels, because I mean it took long for these to port from Fortnite to Rocket League, because they decided to have these in Rocket League, Fortnite first rather than Rocket League, and apparently these didn't come along with that, and I missed that because I see all the color options, and I thought that they already had all the color options, but apparently they didn't. So that's the true end of this video. Hopefully they fix that and the other bugs. So yeah, that's about it.